2 cameras, but then the overhead is in place.
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
Okay. Are you clicking through it right now?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. We are live, just heads up.
Oh, okay.
And then if you go ahead and click on Tight House, you'll see it zoomed in on the house. And then
Yep.
1 talk, 2 talk is, you want to put the skip and the thrower in the view at the same time.
Okay.
Home, there's a little, click on 1 over. And then find the button, I think it's on the 3rd row, that says home over active or away over active.
Away over active.
If you click on that, you'll notice how the overhead switches in your scene there.
Okay, yeah.
That toggles the active overhead. So if you ever find that the overhead is wrong anywhere, that's the button you want to click.
Okay, it's a good one to know.
And then you see the commercial sets down at the bottom. I've set it up. There's commercials to play between every end. So with your commentary partner, that gives you a break as well. Like you can then talk during commercials and it doesn't go out to air.
So like the after 1/5?
Yeah. So that's after the first end and after the 5th end.
Oh,
Use
okay.
that one. So do you see where it says pregame preview there? Same general area as the commercials.
Pregame preview. There's ready pregame.
Yeah, go with that.
Oh, sorry. There's pregame preview in the 3rd row.
Yeah, do that one.
Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
Welcome to Martensville for the Saskatchewan Mixed Provincials. I'll be your commentary today, Trevor Johnson. Today we got Hall versus Springer. Joshua Mattern playing with Matthew Hall, who are my teammates for the last few years. Hall's team consisting of lead Mary Angle, second Joshua Mattern, third Ashley Teveno, and skip Matt Hall. And there's an early miss for Mary. Mary's been out of the game for quite a while from what I understand, but she was really good in juniors, so I wouldn't imagine it'd take her long to get back into her regular form. This is also Hall's first game here in Martensville, so there's always a learning curve with learning the ice and everything. And the corner guard goes up, so they'll try the hit again. Here's Joshua Mattern, lefty. Springer now trying to draw a top four here. Sweepers aren't touching it early. And that's good weight and quite a bit of curl. That broom was edge of 8. James will do a very good job at having curl here in Martensville. Always love playing there. Josh will try again here with the hit and roll again. Got Mary Engel down cleaning. There she goes, keeping it straight. Look at the finish there at the end. And will it stay? No, it will not. So under curl on the first and then an over curl on the second by Mattern. See where this draw goes. Got edge of 8 again. And pretty good weight from the Springer team so far. And right back to the hit. Here's Ashley Teveno's first hit, or first rock even of the game. Mattern on the inside. Just cleaning. Just cleaning. Well thrown rock there by Ashley. Springer electing the hit and roll. This one is curling, trying to hold it straight. Got a piece of it, but the shooter will roll out pretty easily. That'll give Ashley an early chance to find her draw weight here today. Sweeper's backing off of it. Looks like it should sit. Line looks pretty good. Might poke out on the other side. And it'll settle in there at the back of the house. Might be able to see a quarter of it from the hack. Not a problem here with how much this ice is swinging so far. Here's Springer electing to play the chase at Ashley's draw. Once they're by the guard, I'd imagine they'll be curling it.
I'm just jumping in here for a sec, Trevor. Just keep commentating off the commentary room.
Okay. It had a... Oop.
I'll let you know when to log back in.
There's Joshua picking this one up pretty early now. Not a whole lot of weight, but looks like it's made pretty good. Good sweep by Mattern. Now Springer looking at if it's possible to remove multiple reds. Here comes the heat. Springer throws, Springer sweeps. And we'll hit it just off nose and roll out. And I'll give Matt the free draw here. Here's Matt Hall with the last rock of the first end. All he's got to do is hit paint. Mattern's leaning on it early. Mary's keeping her eyes up. Looks like it's pretty close. Just cleaning. Now they're going a little bit. And just clean it into the house. And already converting with hammers, Team Hall.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
Very much. Welcome back here to Martensville. Hall picks up 2 in the first end.
Go ahead and hit home overactive, that overactive button now. That'll switch your overhead here. So now you got that. And then 1 over and 2 over will switch the thrower in here and leave the overhead the same. So give you an extra view to work with here too.
Here's Mary Angle playing the hit as the guard has gone into the rings. Ashley curling it now. Trying to roll into the forefoot if possible, but nose works just as good. And they will make the hit and roll all the way to the wing and stick the shooter. Hall electing to play the hit again, as Springer now has last rock in the second end. Joshua Matterns first in the second end. Ashley trying to make this curl. Coming up. Good sweep there. Good throw by Joshua. Nose double here for Springer. Short little run back. And we'll make contact with one, but jam on the other. Roll it towards the center line. Josh will be able to hit this and get some separation on the reds. And if all goes to plan from there, will be a force to yellow. Here's the lefty in turn. Ashley taking the rock early. On off. There she goes again. Skip can sweep. And right to nose. Another good shot by Josh. See if Springer can roll over towards the other red and try and group them a bit. Hopefully set up a double later in the end. And they jump on this right away as well. You got to go all the way on this one. Got to hang the shooter. Matt's going to roll it out, and easily out it goes. So you can see just how curly the ice appears to be in Martensville. Always love some curly ice. You can make shots that you can't on other ice. Ashley now trying to draw a T-line away from her red. Ashley Teveno with Joshua on the inside. He's leaning on it the first half. There he goes. Trying to get it even with the other red if possible. Drag it out as far as you can. And it looks like a really nice shot by Ashley, mostly made by the sweepers. Josh was on that right from the beginning. With the snowplow, they call it, just the full lean. Save the energy for your speed strokes in the second half. Well, Team Springer will try and group the rocks again, try the hit and roll. And they will get a nice roll over there. Very nice shot. See if Ashley can roll this back to where she just threw her other draw. And Joshua picking this one up early. He's called off. Just cleaning now. Back and forth. A little bit of curl by Mary. Matt's going to take the roll. And 2 beauties by Ashley. Perfect roll. Going to need some weight if you want to make that double. Try and at least group them again. Roll it to back 4 would be probably the perfect spot. This one is curling a lot, and this is going to roll out easily as well. So what we're seeing just looks like early tournament type of ice reading, learning the throws. Also, not just the new ice, but you got new teammates that you might not have played before, throwers that you might have never held the broom before or swept rocks. Everything's a learning curve this early in the weekend. That'll leave Hall try and split the house again. So far, they've been perfect with splitting the house. See if he can keep it going. Matthew Hall's first in the second end. Outturn draw, just looking to be back tee, even with his red. Sweepers are on this one early. Mary angle on the inside. Mattern helping her out. Heads down. Can they get it there? Can they get it there? Full sweep, full sweep. Looks like... I'm not sure. Well, looks like it's in. He is hitting it. Great sweep by the sweepers. Right out of the hand, Mary jumped on just with Josh, and they didn't look up once. They knew that was light. Springer's first rock in the second end. Looking at a pair of reds at the moment. Here comes the heat again. And they are on this one early. This is moving. He's got the one. And got the other. What a shot. Beautiful double. What a throw and what a sweep out of the hand to hold that. And that'll give it Matt Hall a chance to feel out his draw weight again. Just put it anywhere in the rings. Looking like he's going to the pin. Some teams will decide if they want to go deep in the wing or wherever if they think the other skip has a weakness to make them play that blank, but get an early draw here to the pin. And right to the top of the button goes Hall. And that'll leave Springer with the intern peel blank. Here comes another peel weight shot by Springer. Sweepers are on it right away. Looks like it's got enough weight that it should roll out. And away it goes. And a blank end goes up on the board in the second end here in Martensville. 2-0 Hull after 2 ends.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Welcome back here to Martensville, Saskatchewan mixed provincials. 2-0 Hull. In the third end, Springer with the blank and 2 will retain hammer. And a nice draw by Mary on her first to go top 4. Looking to guard this one here. These are 8-end games, in case anyone was wondering. Sometimes most provincial events would be 10 ends, but mixed is 8. Josh jumping over now, trying to get this one to curl. Looks like it's got a long ways to go. Ashley's helping out now. Couple late licks. See if you can touch center line. Very nicely done. No tick rule is in effect, so obviously you cannot remove an opponent's rock with the first 5 rocks off the center line. Very important to get that to touch. Playing the freeze now is Team Springer. Lock this one right on nose. Might need some extra help. He's coming up to help sweep. Got to get some distance on this one. Get it as close to that red as possible. And it will get it top 12. If you can hit this on the inside would be perfect, but you got Mattern in the hack from the lefty hack, so he can see even less of it than what Mary or Ashley would. Don't need a lot of weight at this, though. Looks like they're just giving it a small bump or the freeze. I'm not sure what they elected. Here's Joshua Mattern's first rock in the third end. Mary's picking this one up early. Getting called off, back on again. This one is coming in. Lots of curl and a little tap. Red still sitting the one, yellow sitting second shot here. A nice throw by Josh. A hair more weight would have bumped that yellow a little more into the open, giving them a hit and roll on their next shot. Now Springer electing if they should open it up, give themselves an easier score. And they will here, open it up. And they will just get the one center guard. Nothing changes in the house. Red still sitting the one with a yellow corner that can still be used later. Mattern's second here. Looking to replace that guard. And we'll probably see Springer with another run back attempt. The girls are sweeping this one. Looks like weight is pretty close. It's just got to stop curling. It's got to sit. Okay, he does have center line. But that red is mostly open, especially from the right-hander's hack, so they will be making a play at this rock. Great sweep there, but they hit it a little too thick and kept both the reds. They were trying to slash that yellow in and stuff it behind the red. A little unfortunate because that didn't miss by much, but it does not end up with a great result at all. Oh, here's Ashley Teveno's first rock of the third end for Team Hall. Playing the tap up on the red, but this one looks like it has a little bit extra steam. Play the split now. And how far will the red roll? Looks like it's going to go out of the rings. So not quite the weight they were looking for there. That gives a chance to Springer to suck around 3 guards. 2 guards and 1 top 12 that will act as a guard as well. If Ashley was able to keep that on nose and tap it right to the button, they'd be looking pretty good this end. Springer's team now with the chance to change how this end might be playing out. Picking this one up early again as the sweepers. How far can they drag this? Got to curl. You got to get this one under cover. Just got to curl, got to curl. Very nice draw weight there. Right to the top of the button. But with that high guard and how much swing this ice has, You should be able to get this out pretty easily with hack or board, whatever they want to throw. Teveno's second here in the third end. Looking for the soft weight hit and stick on the yellow. Try to get this to nose. Mary's trying to get it to curl as much as she can. Make sure you get that yellow out. And a pretty good throw there from Ashley. Obviously, main objective was removing the yellow. Sticking the red would have been a bonus, but give Springer a redemption at the last shot. Get this one more undercover. Weight was perfect on the last one. So pretty much the same shot here. Maybe an inch less broom. Line is coming in very nice. Knifing it over, trying to get a little bit more curl. And right to the top of the button. Very nice. That is over buried by about 3/4 of a rock. Hall is going to have to freeze this and force Springer here in an ideal world for Team Hall. Well, he just saw it. Assuming he would have timed what they threw. Matt's last straw on the last end went to the top button. Should be the same speed here that he had just previously thrown. Hall's first in the third end. Josh is on it right out of the hand. Mary's helping him. This one's going to have to go. Matt coming up behind the rock to give the sweepers some encouragement. Can they get it? Well, they will get it top 12, but will be quite short of that yellow rock. Mary and Josh knew right away that that one had to go. Obviously, Josh, playing with Team Clyder, and myself, and Matt included, would have judged hundreds of Matt's rocks through the last 3 years. Probably saw a slide and was hoping he'd add a little bit more weight. It's a sweeper's worst nightmare when this thrower slides out light and then does not give any extra weight on the extension. Springer playing the wide out-turn draw, taking the broom almost on the boards. Might be heavier out here. It might also swing in more. Got to get it by that yellow guard. They got it by. Good sweep. Got to get it by the second red now. What a beautiful shot. Sits two. One on the button, one on the forefoot. What a sweep on that shot. That is a tough shot. Going that wide this early in a tournament. Well, Hall just threw this draw, ended up top 12 there. That's the red and the center line top 12. He can lock this on the center line, yellow, right top button, and yellow will be sitting 1. Obviously, he has no room to bounce off and very little room to be short in order to be second shot. Pressure here by Springer in the third end. Hall's final rock, looking for a precise freeze. A little bit of room, Ashley says. This one's going to have to curl. It just might be heavy. Sweeper's backing off, watching it. Springer doesn't want to sweep that in case they could use it for backing, but it is deep enough anyway. And that'll leave Springer with a draw to the full 8 for 3. Oh, how a curling end can change. First half red was sitting really good. Yellow makes a nice draw. Light draw there by Matt on his first. And a beautiful draw to suck a second yellow around there on the wide outturn side. Last rock in the third end. Just needs a piece of the 8-foot to score 3. Just cleaning it. Hanging out there pretty wide, which could mean it is a little heavy. Will it stop in time? Yes, it will. 3 yellow for Springer in the third end, and he'll take a 3-2 lead after 3.
Who knew after 20 years in real estate I'd have to make silly videos for Instagram and come out behind a tree?
Stu, we need to do this stuff.
Why can't I just door knock into open houses like I did in the old days?
That doesn't work anymore.
Okay, so it's because I'm sitting here behind a tree. Come use us for real estate.
All right, real talk for a second. If your snack situation hasn't changed in years, maybe it's time for an upgrade. The Chocolate Lab makes legit chocolate that's worth paying attention to. That's it. Back to whatever you were doing.
Well, after a score of 3 in the third end, Springer now has a 3-2 lead. Hall with last rock. Throwing up the corner is Mary Angle. And a very nice shot there. Sneaks a little deep. But not a bad start for yellow here. Mary looking to go around the corner guard here. Mary with the nice corner on her first one. Looking to put one right behind there. Ashley on the inside. Just leaning on it the first half. Josh now takes over, trying to get some curl. Now he's hopping over to try and keep it straight. Weight looks really good. He's got to sit for line. Beautiful shot there by Mary. Yellow sitting in 2, but that does not matter at the moment. Yellow electing to play the guard. Sweepers do not want to touch this one. Curling in nice though. Definitely deeper than what they had hoped for. Only a couple rocks of separation between those first 2 yellows. Should be easy shot to get rid of the 2 yellows here. Depends on what weight you want to throw to try and keep your red as a second corner. Right there where Matt's broom taps to. That is the plan. Smart man. Mattern's first in the 4th end. And executes it perfectly. Nice throw. Leaves yellow sitting the 1, but the red rock is behind 2 guards. Springer going to have to play the run back and roll to the center. And another high hard one here from Springer. He's done a few of these peels today. Hits it on the nose, gets the 1, and just goes underneath the one on the back 4. Leaves yellow sitting 1 with no reds in the house. Looking like they're wanting to play the split. Hit about a 1/3 of a rock. You should be able to spill the red under the corner and roll your shooter. Try and keep them even. Make sure there's no double in return after this. But this is definitely there. Joshua's second rock. Mary trying to move this. You gotta touch the red. You gotta touch the red. Well, they touched it. And they will roll right onto the yellow and bump it back a bit to leave red sitting 1. That's a shot that, if that curls 2 inches more, that is made perfect. But now Springer will just have a hit to lie 2. Looking for the hit and stick. Roll it over. Very nice shot there by Yellow. Yellow sitting 2 after thirds first. Ashley Tabineau playing third for Team Hall. Her first rock coming up. Mary picking this one up right away. Gotta go. Watch out for the hole. And ticks the one and the other. And, oh, tough to tell from this angle. One yellow in for sure. Just over curled on that hit. And yellow comes up light. They could not get that into the rings. Hall catches a little break here. Ashley's last rock here in the fourth end. Trying to draw one around the corner guard, just like the lead could do. Sweepers haven't laid a broom down on this one. Haven't yet, just watching it. It's going to have to sit down here. Anywhere in the rings behind those rocks. Springer's going to try and sweep this one through. And it just will not put the brakes on. Oh, but it does. For second shot, just hanging on at the back of the house. Springer able to draw around his yellow here and sit 2 again. And it's going to put the pressure on Hall for the second end in a row. Here's Springer's first rock in the fourth end, looking to come around his yellow rock. Looking to sit 2 and apply some pressure to Team Hall. There we go. A little bit of finish here. Weight looks really good. Got the knifing action, trying to get it to curl without adding too much speed. And a beautiful draw. Dead buried. Right under cover. Good weight. Matt's going to have to try and freeze this one right on the corner if he wants to play that, but that leaves no room to bounce off. If this bounces off, Springer's going to have a hit, and he's going to lie 3. If this comes up light, Springer's going to be lying at least 1, maybe 2, depending on how light this could be. Just saw it, though. Just saw it from Springer. Matt's first here, trying to lock this one down. Hall's first rock in the fourth end. And for the third draw in a row, Josh out of the hand is leaning on it quite early. Although this one looks like it's a lot closer. Line looks really good. Got to drag it out. Got to at least get second. And the sweepers waited a little too long. They tried to get it there as Mary had kicked that corner guard. They'll put that back where they think it was. Don't think that's going to come into play anyways. Perfect line there. Just 5 more feet. Only even 4 more feet of weight would have been perfect. Springer's last in the fourth end. Did not see if they were playing the guard or the draw. Looks like they're going top 12 right in the middle, making a tough port for Hall to draw around for his one. And it looks like it's really close. Little light, doesn't really matter. 2 beauties there by Springer. Sitting 2 with Hall's last rock to come. A lot of draws so far by Matthew in this game. Has been just a bit off on the weight. Not by much, but the way Springer's shooting, it's just enough that it's been enough. Anyway, Matt looking to touch a piece of the 4-foot for 1. Just threw a draw on his previous, ended up just biting the 8-foot there on the left side of your screen at 11 o'clock. Final stone on the fourth end. Joshua again on match draw, taking it right out of the hand. Mary helping as well. You got to get it by the yellow. Line does not appear to be an issue. Just got to let it stop right in the 4-foot. And a couple late strokes there and a nice pressure draw by Matt Hall for the single for red. And we have a tie game after the halfway point.
Yes, yes.
Curl in.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh boy.
Wait, wait. The hell is all good.
And since this is a Provincials event, you have a 4th and break, it looks like. 4 sheets here in Martensville. All of them in action. Give you an update on the scores across the board. Here on our sheet, obviously, you have Springer and Hall tied 3-3 into the 5th. On the next sheet, you got Mulaney and Critton, 4-1 for Critton in the 4th. Swetman versus Tokars, Swetman with a 1-point lead, 4-3 in the 4th. And Shutra with a big 8-0 lead over Ross in the 4th end. And the action resumes for the second half of this Thursday night draw of Saskatchewan Mixed Provincials. Sweepers are working Mary's first rock here quite early. And they will get it to a 1.5-2 guard. Springer coming into the rings with their second rock. Goes pretty deep though, but it does hang on. Hall's going to double up the centers, with that first one being a little bit higher than they would have wanted. Just a light dust here from Josh. Trying to stop this one short of the rings. Got to curl it. You got to touch center line as well. Ashley with the knife. And a nice shot there by Mary. the two centers, both touching the center line. Obviously, the no-tick rule is in effect. Springer now playing around the center. That's what you want when you don't have hammer, is to try and suck the other team around into the center. Looking to just bite the forefoot here. Obviously, anything too deep, if you're touching the pin or top button, gives Hall the chance to freeze. And then it makes it a tough score of 2 from there if you have hammer. And just bite the forefoot just like that. Perfect throw. Yellow lying 2. With the last rock in the 5th end of a 3-3 game. Team Springer has been locking down those draws all night so far. Whereas Team Hall has been just slightly off. Not much, but just slightly. Joshua's first rock here. Mary and Ashley on the broom. Mary on your right, Ashley on the left. Picking it up here. Oh, plan B, go around the yellow. Got a curl. He will lie shot rock, but it should be mostly open if they want to chase that and roll to the wing. Good weight there by Josh. Just either a little too much broom or a little too much set on the throw. Electing to play the hit, which is what I would play if it's available. Might as well go for it. And the hit here from Springer. Picked up right away by the sweepers. Haven't lifted the broom once. Got to get by the red. And they do. And how far will they roll? And a perfect throw. Very nice. Yellow lying 3 here with hammer. Got to make some yellows disappear if you're Hall now. Well, a little 3-foot run back here for Josh, right on the nose, makes 2 yellows disappear. Josh has already made 1 double earlier in the game. I believe it was in the 2nd end or maybe the 3rd. Ashley's got to make this curl. You got to get to nose. And we'll only get the 1. Run it by the 2nd one. Tough one there from Josh. Because that's one you definitely want to have back. Ashley Tevino here looking to play the freeze on the yellow. Yellow is lying 2 with third rocks here in the 5th end. Mattern just cleaning it out of the hand. In comes Mary trying to get some curl. Knifing it now, trying to get it over. Don't want to bounce off. You want to lock it right on. And a good shot there by Ashley. Very nice. One more foot of weight. That could have been a disaster. You bounce off right into the open. But well done by the sweepers there. And Mary to knife that over. Trying to get as close to the nose as possible. And Drew is trying to carve this one over. Got a piece of the red. Wow. Bumps it just back 4. Yellow lying 1, but both of them are underneath red center guard. Well, Matt calling for a difficult shot here for Ashley's got to freeze in between those 2 yellows. Just top 8. Try and sandwich it in there if you can. If she throws the same weight she just did, that's all she needs to do. Obviously, that's easier said than done. Josh and Mary on the broom. Josh has got his head down. Now he's looking up. Weight must be pretty close. Line looks like it's close as well. You don't want to bounce off. And they do. Yellow still remains shot. Yellow can end up sitting 4 after this if they make the double. Depends on where's best case to keep the shooter. Real close on Ashley there. That might even be less than a foot away from perfect, and that's just how tough freezes are. Half a foot, disaster. I'm not playing a bunch of weight at this, but obviously looking to get to nose here. A little bit of curl to finish it up and stuffs it there. Nice shot there to get to nose. Nice quiet weight hit. Yellow sitting 1, 3, 4, and 5. Now if Matt's looking at that hit there, the yellow double looks like it's going to jam on the red. The red back 4 there on your right hand side. The only red in your screen. Looks like they've decided to play the out-turn come-around. The wide draw. Definitely a difficult one, as you have to be pretty much on the tee line here. Here is Hall's first rock of the fifth end. Mary taking it right out of the hand. Not much room for error here. Now Josh is coming in to help. And this one is well short. As you can see, line was gone quite early, meaning it was pretty light. The sooner it curls, the lighter it is. Well, that'll leave Garret with a hit to lie. Oh, I'm going to assume 5. Looks like to me that yellow is out counting the red, but it's tough to tell with the camera located in the center of the pin. Looking to play a nice control weight hit here is Garret. Each team has their own definition of control. Our team uses 10 seconds for control. Team Springer's first skip rock in the fifth end. Drew taking this one the whole way. It is by the yellow. Hang on, roll over a bit. And a nice shot there by Garret. I got 20 seconds on the hog to hog that I may have forgot to stop the clock in time. So that doesn't mean anything to anyone. Same shot here for Matt. Got to suck this one around. He just threw it. And obviously it was a full sweep to top 12. So 6 more feet with the full sweep. Should be T-line. Almost all of Matt's rocks so far have been taken by the sweepers right out of the hand. I'm sure Mary and Josh wouldn't hate to see a little bit more this time. Broom, 3/4 of the 12. Very nice ice by James here at the Martensville Curling Club. Last rock for Team Hall. And the sweepers aren't on it early. Might be a good sign this time around. Now they're going Josh coming over to take the inside. Don't want it to over curl. Keeping it straight. Now will it sit? Now will it sit? Garret coming up to sweep, and it's back 8, back 12. And yellow sitting 4 at the moment. Well, he wasn't light on that one. Obviously, unfortunately, he had overcorrected. Not much you can do as a sweeper if it's heavy. Well, all Garrett's got to do is touch the 8 foot for a score of 5 in the fifth end. Playing the intern, again 3/4 into the 12 foot. Holding the broom is Jill Springer. Last rock of the fifth end. Garret just needs a piece of the 8-foot for a big score to blow this game open of an 8-end game. Sweepers are on it. That's Drew, who is sweeping the rock right there, blocked by Garret. And just clean it in there. And perfect weight. Count them up. 5 yellow in the 5th end.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
And we are back in the 6th end here, which is now a 8-3 Springer lead. With a big score of 5 in the 5th end. Mary puts up the corner. And Chantel Martin with the first rock on the button, with her second rock here, looking to play in front. Top 8 on the center line. Drew doing all the sweeping on that one. Gets it just short of the rings, but is in front of the yellow, so it does its job. Mary angles second rock here. Looking to go split corner guards, make it even with the other one. Each team has their own preference on when they do double corners, if they want to put them on the same side or not, and it obviously depends on if Mary's first corner guard was tighter or higher. Right in the middle makes it a little tough to throw a second one at it, so they'll go on the opposite side. And 2 good ones there by Mary. Obviously, they would want those a little tighter, if possible, with how much it is curling out here. You want tighter so when you come around, they aren't chaseable. Here's Drew's rock. First rock of the 6th end, looking to come around. Squeezes by. And top 4 just like that. The draw weight from Team Spring here is really good. Now Hall's got some work to do. You want to use your corners eventually, but you also have to move these yellows off the center line while keeping your shooter in play. So it looks like they're playing just a chip and roll. First rock here for Joshua Mattern. Mary's taking it halfway down. Ashley on the left in the knifing position, ready if needed. This one looks close. Mary back on the sweep. Try and roll this one over if you can. Get it off the center line. And a good shot there by Josh. Would have liked to get that closer to under the red if possible, but getting it off the center line is main priority. Leave Drew here. Hitting this red. Try and roll back onto the center line. And he will nose it. No big deal. Yellow sitting 3. Matt looking to freeze right on the corner of that yellow. If you can lock it down on half a rock, even a quarter rock, that red will be going nowhere as it'll jam on both of those yellows on the center line. Look like Matt said you could play a little tap if you're heavy. Obviously, line is very important here. Josh's second rock here in the 5th end. Excuse me, in the 6th end. Now I missed the first end for stats, but I got Josh curling 72% so far. After 5 minus the first end. And that one's going to over curl. Looks like he had good weight. I was wondering how much they were going to tap that, as the broom was only on the center line, which looked a little bit min. But he's behind the red, and they're just going to peel this one away. Jill Springer throwing third rocks here for Team Springer. Making this corner go away, clean it all the way down, and a nicely thrown rock there by Jill. Hall calling for the hit and roll here for Ashley. Just got to make one yellow go away and roll your shooter under cover. Ashley's first in the 6th end. I missed the first end again, and I have Ashley curling 53% through the 2nd to the 5th end. Josh making this curl, get the roll over. And there's a beauty shot by Ashley. Very nice. Looks like the red double might be there, but if you hit and roll into any direction of the red, that'll be good enough, as there'll be still many yellows for Hall to deal with. Jill Springer's second rock of the 6th end, playing the hit and roll off of the reds. Drew hopping on the broom, trying to bend this one over. And we'll catch the one on the button and tick the other one and roll an inch away from rolling on top of the red, but just a little bit of spin. That rock just flies off of it. Yellow sitting 1-2 now. Ashley's second rock here. Playing a soft weight hit. Mattern leaning on it early. There he goes now. Oh, they're playing the freeze. I thought they were playing the centerline one. Gotta go, gotta hold it there. Josh sweeping it, and it will over curl slightly. Leaves yellow sitting 2 still. But dead frozen, though, is that rock. Garret looking to just make this red go away. The hole is definitely there. Garrett's first here in the 6th end. And no sweepers needed. Right through the hole. See you later, Red. Just an easy game sometimes for you. I have not been keeping track of the stats for Team Springer as I'm learning how to do all these controls here on the Curling Zone live stream. I've just been doing the Hall stats, but Springer's got to be in the 90s. Maybe in 100. I haven't seen them miss one yet. Anyway, yellow still sitting 2 after that. Red is 3rd shot, dead frozen. But no question that if Garret wanted quarter of that inside of the red, and that red is going to fly out of the house. Matt Hall in the hack. Matt, I'm sorry if you ever come back and watch this, but through ends 2 to 5, I have you at 34%. Obviously, you've had some very difficult draws where there's only been an inch of error. So a difficult game for you, and I could be wrong. Please don't get mad at me. Mary and Josh picking this one up. Got to drag this one out. Got to get it by the yellow first. Looks like it's light, and it is again. Matt struggling with his draw weight here. Now, Hall, they did have the bye today. This is their first game. So this is their first time learning the ice. First games are always the toughest ones of the weekend. You're not 100% sure what you're going to get. You're also learning when is the speed going to change. 4th end, 5th end, 6th end. Sometimes the speed doesn't even change. So these are all learning curves and something they'll talk about after this game, and it should be similar for the rest of the weekend for ice conditions. Garrett's last rock of the 6th end, already lying 2. Looking to draw right on top of his yellow. And he is now lying 3. Don't know if there's a way to score more than 1. Obviously, you play the 1 on the button first, if you're hitting it thin enough to catch the one on the 4-foot at 3 o'clock, your shooter's going well underneath that other yellow. Matt was looking if he can play off of his red, but the red is also going to fly straight out to the left. So it looks like he's just going to have to take his one here, and then they're going to have to work on their steals if they elect to keep playing. Give you a quick update on the other scores. Mulaney versus Critton is down 4 in the 6th. Sweatman is up 8-3 over Tokars in the 6th. And Shutra takes the win, final after 5, 13-2 over White. Back to our game, Matt Hall, last rock in the 6th end. Down 5 points, looking to hit stick. No room to roll. Got to stick it right on the button. Josh trying to make a curl, and it will come up and just clean right on the nose. 1 red for Hall. 8-4 after 6.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Yeah, I played against, obviously, Springer in juniors. Oh, and that looks like that is the end, I think. Springer will up 8-4 with 2 ends to go. Hall would have to steal 4 in 2 ends, and looks like that will not be the case. So thank you for joining us. I'm Trevor Johnson. Thanks for sticking around, and hopefully you can tune in to watch the other games that are still going on. You got 2 other games, Sweatman and Tokars, and Mulaney and Critton, that are still being played. Have a good night.
Hey Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!